Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you all for being here and for being a part of our soul family. I'm so grateful to have you here. So I wanted to speak about the subject today. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I realize that, oftentimes we are here in this space and it feels a little all over the place. And I wanted to kind of focus and give us present tools for the energy of the day, not just the meditation, but maybe a practical tool. And so as I was meditating on the energy of today and looking at what the energy of today is about, there's really a lot of a huge invitation to cultivate an art of communication, a conscious communication, if you will. There's a lovely connection between Mars and Mercury in the sign of Scorpio. And so Scorpio is a sign of deep emotions, a lot of things hidden inside that are not always easily communicated. But with this unique aspect that we have with the new moon in the sign of Libra and the sun in Libra, we have a great opportunity to practice real divine communication that is kind of rooted in diplomacy, right? Remember, diplomacy is the act of really being able to see all sides without necessarily taking a side and making it so incredibly solidified and real in your own point of view, right? So I want to share something with you. One of the greatest tools, meditations, prayers I ever have ever taken from any spiritual practice, but particularly my time studying the ancient Kabbalah, is that, when you go to communicate with somebody and you have something with which, carries some intensity or some heat or some whatever, or think about when you go to speak on stage or when you go to speak in front of an audience, even if you turn your camera on social media, you want to be so present that it is not about you, right? You want to remove your ego, your point of view from that space so that what comes through you is pure, 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 and the Creator's divine wisdom, which allows you to communicate your words with kindness and love and thoughtfulness. And so one of the tools that really changed my life is that, before you go to have a communication with somebody, a confrontation communication, or maybe it's something that you just want to ask for, right? Simply say to yourself and connect to the Creator and ask, open up my heart and allow my lips to speak. Therefore, our head gets out of the way, and our head is that place that we get all mumbled and jumbled, right? You can also ask something that I've been looking at lately. Am I having this communication with you to connect with you or to control you? Now, because we have all this energy in Scorpio is very, very much a controlling energy. You may become aware of where you're using your words to manipulate others. And so for today, just practice for today. Am I speaking to connect or am I speaking to control? Oftentimes, especially if we're in a group setting where we need to have our voice heard, something shifts. Our tone, our body language, our volume. Become aware of those things too. And before you jump in or react to something, just take a breath. Connect to your heart. Creator, open up my heart, allow my lips to speak. And then ask yourself, am I speaking to connect or am I speaking to control? So for that today, let's set our intentions to connect with each other, to connect to this beautiful earth, to connect to the Creator of all that is, and to connect to the infinite wisdom of the divine. Let's close our eyes and find ourselves in our heart. As we do so, as we become present today, let's just take a moment. Become centered. Imagine this beautiful, bright, white light in the center of your heart. And when we take our 3 deep breaths, let's breathe into that white light and allow that light to expand. Okay? In through the nose. and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you focus on that bright white light in the center of your heart, see it expanded to encapsulate all of you. See yourself in this ball of light. And as you do so, imagine that ball of light expanding into the room that you're in. And from the room to the house, the earth, the ground, the city, the town, the state. Watch your ball expand even wider and wider and wider. Expand your ball to the country that you're in, the continent, the bodies of water that surround the continent. Expand beyond there to other continents, other bodies of water, until you and your ball of light are one with the entire globe. Allow your ball of light to expand beyond there through outer space, expand beyond there out past the universe, out through different layers of light, some dark, a golden-like light, a jelly-like substance light, a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. And as your ball of light dissolves into this beautiful energy, you can feel the connection and the contribution and the collaboration of all things, all atoms and molecules of existence. You're currently in a theta brainwave. This is a theta healing meditation by Vienna Steibel. And from this space, we're going to access the subconscious mind. By tapping into our subconscious, we perceive beliefs, thoughts, points of views, limitations. And in this space, we can change them. So I'm going to tap into the quantum field, and I'm going to ask for what it is today each and every one of us can get and become clear and aware of today. As a reminder, all you have to do is say yes in your mind's eye to receive the downloads. So would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to communicate, and that it's safe for you to communicate, and that you are worthy of communication, that you're worthy of communicating consciously, that you know how to open your heart to allow your lips to speak, that you know how to get out of your head to become present in the moment. If you'd like that, say yes. I'm actually being reminded of something that happened to me recently. A couple of weeks ago, I got together with a good friend of mine here in Amsterdam, and we had a heated conversation, perhaps a debate, but a heated conversation. We did not see eye to eye on a particular global situation, and it created some heat, right? But both of us are, she's very intelligent, and we had this beautiful, really, it ended up being a beautiful conversation. I said, listen, this is not about you. I'm not attacking you. I just am passionate about how I feel about this. And she was like, I've never, ever seen you like this. And anyway, we walked home, parted our ways, gave her a hug, and I sent her a text when I got home that it was so great to be with her. It's so nice to have challenging and beautiful conversations with people that, you can hold space for. And I never heard from her again. And a week went by, a week and a half went by, and I got to thinking, wow, what in my communication blocked off the ability for me to receive from her? What in my communication was not a channeled communication, but was from my ego, or from my fear, or my doubt, or my uncertainty? what in my communication was me trying to control or me trying to prove. And I sat with a lot of those things and I kind of worked on them. And I reached out to her again and I just said, hello, thinking about you, just wanted to check in. How are you doing? And again, I didn't hear from her. And I just heard from her this morning. And she was like, I'm so sorry that I've been out of touch. I've been deep in work and preparing for something. And I miss you and let's get together. And I can't wait to see you. And so how often is the fear of communicating from our heart that which blocks us because we have expected or anticipated an outcome in which we will think that we've been shut down or that we've been abandoned or that we've been forgotten. So everything that brings up for you, can we please destroy and uncreate it? And would you like to know what it feels like to trust that when you are connected with your communication, it is irrelevant what the reaction is. It is irrelevant what comes back to you. It is simply a divine space, a divine transmission. And so would you like to know what it feels like to let go of any perceived outcome that you may have? I'm actually reminded that my friend said, well, I guess you're not open to another point of view, are you? And I looked at her and I said, and touche, the same could be said for you. And we both had a moment. We kind of laughed and we were like, yeah, guess so. I guess that's the way it is. And I realized afterwards, I asked myself for like 2 weeks afterwards, why am I not open to another point of view or another whatever? And I realized that I am open to being in allowance of another person's point of view, but I am not open to a point of view that threatens or changes my point of view. And so everything that brings up for you, where you fear communication because you feel your point of view will be threatened or your virtue will be threatened, can we destroy and uncreate it? Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to know that it is safe for you to communicate your emotions, that you are worthy of communicating your emotions, that your emotions are not evil, your emotions are not bad. So everything that brings up for you, can we please destroy and uncreate it? Would you like to know how to use your emotions as your internal guidance system to lead with your heart, right? Remember, emotions are just a navigation tool. It's when we swallow them, that we go through pain and suffering. Everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it. So would you like to know what it feels like to use your words to create instead of destroy? Would you like to know what it feels like to trust that when you are connected, that your words are creating, they're not destroying? Great. Would you like to know what it feels like to know that you can communicate everything with kindness? If you'd like that, say yes. So let's please shift our energy to those who require healing today. As we do so, let's please just imagine them surrounded in the Creator's love and in the Creator's light. Imagine them happy, healthy, safe, and protected. So let's please send healing today to Jack. Happy, healthy, safe, protected. Let's also please send healing to Marcia. Happy, healthy, safe, and protected. Let's also please send healing to Sean. Happy, healthy, safe, protected. Let's send healing to Anne. Happy, healthy, safe, protected. To Paul, to Ben, to Cassie. Happy, healthy, safe, protected. And to Carmazina, to Io, and to Andrea. Happy, healthy, safe, and protected. Great. And last but not least, would you like to know that you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, and that unconditional love is your birthright? If you'd like that, say yes. Now let's take our palms, rub our palms together, faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes, allow that energy to come into your body and into your being. Place your hands on your heart. Congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here and for being a part of our soul family. If you're joining for the first time, this is the daily download. We are here every day from 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 2:45 p.m. Central European Time. And it's just a 15-minute connection to you. Thank you to everyone. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, my love. I love you too. Have a beautiful day. Bye, guys.